Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Home with Kimberly. Today I really got in the mood to have some fresh bread, and not just any fresh bread, but French bread. French bread is actually one of my favorite breads to bake because it's just a simple recipe, they're hard to mess up, and they just are so satisfying. I mean, there's nothing better to me than walking into your home or coming down to your kitchen and smelling some fresh bread baking in the oven. Today's recipe, really, it's my favorite recipe that I've ever made with French bread, and it just made it turn out perfectly chewy and soft in the middle with a nice crunchy crust on the outside. The texture was just spot on perfect. So I had some time today to sit here and make my bread. I am a stay-at-home wife and mother, but there's times, I get too busy. I don't have time to just bake some fresh bread. But for sure, if I have the time on my hands to be able to do this, this is going to be my go-to French bread recipe. So I hope you love this recipe. I hope you give it a try. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Okay, so for starting out, we're going to get our yeast out, and you can use instant yeast, or I use rapid rise yeast. Then we're going to add in our sugar, I believe 3/4 tablespoon, and a 1/4 cup of warm water, and mix that around. And what we are going to do is let our yeast proof, and that just means to make sure it's active. If you don't have active yeast, it's no good. Your bread will not rise. So you want to look for this bubbly mixture here. Okay, so after we have proofed our yeast, we're going to add in 1 cup of water, and I believe 3/4 tablespoons of olive oil. I don't remember my exact measurements here, so you can refer back to the ingredients list at the beginning of this video. And next, I'm starting to add in my flour. I know it was 3 cups, and I added in the first 2, mixed that in, and then added the 3rd one. And I just use a fork and go around the bowl until you get all of that incorporated, and it should start coming together, looking less dry like this. And now I'm simply adding flour to my counter, and I'm gonna dump this out of the bowl and start kneading this. And you want to give it a good knead for like 5 minutes. Now, I prefer to knead my dough by hand, and I'm no expert. I may not even do it the exact correct way, but you could also use a mixer like a KitchenAid or something that has the dough hook on it. Feel free to do it that way, but just do it at least for 5 minutes. And then once you have kneaded your dough for 5 minutes, you want to cover it in plastic wrap. And it's actually good to spray the plastic wrap first before doing this so it won't stick. And you are going to start kneading this every 10 minutes on the hour. Now, if you can't do it every 10 minutes, at least make sure you do it 4 times during the period of an hour. And that's what's really going to give this the right texture, make it really chewy and soft on the inside with the perfect crust on the outside. So it's very important you don't skip that step. And then once you've done that, your 4 times, you're going to start shaping this into a loaf. Spray your pan with olive oil first and just start shaping it. I kind of did it like a little rectangle, and then try to kind of roll it and pinch your ends under. Now you could do yours even thinner than mine. Like I kind of left mine pretty fat, but if you want to stretch that out a little bit more and make it a skinnier baguette, feel free. And then I just sprayed my serrated knife, and I cut a good 1/2 inch to 1 inch deep. And of all days for me to run out of eggs, I couldn't do a traditional egg wash, so I actually used my olive oil. I put that all over on top to try to get that brown color, and then this is what it looked like. I wrapped it. You need to let it sit for 30 minutes at this point, and this is how it looked after 30 minutes. You can tell it started to double in size. And this is the finished product, and I'm really surprised and happy that it did brown up quite nicely, even though I didn't have an actual egg wash. And the pictures don't do it justice because this turned out so delicious. This is by far my favorite French bread recipe. I hope you try it. I hope it turns out great for you. Let me know if you do. Give me a thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this, and I will talk to you later. Bye.